Just finished watching Simon's video. Or no, not the video, but the monologue up to the point where HL showed up. So a lot of things that Simon said resonated with me. So I kind of want to make this video. This is directed towards Simon. And it's kind of something that I wanted to kind of give my perspective on, a little bit of my input, my experiences. But anybody is free to watch this video. I think loneliness, that's something that I've been talking a lot about. But I feel like, I'll say it, I think I envy having such a strong connection with someone, having such a close bond with someone, because I feel like I have such a big group. I have such a big group of people that I hang out with every day. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So many people. I don't know. It really just feels like quantity over quality, where I can mesh with people. I can mesh with this group. I can hang out with them all day, but I just don't. I can't get past a certain level. You know what I mean? With every individual, I can't get past a certain level of closeness that I kind of want, that I desire. And then, so I envy having such a close connection, having someone that you can really call a quote-unquote bestie. Someone that you can argue over, argue with, I think is something that I want to have, something that I wish I could have. Not because I want to be in conflict with someone, not because I want to argue with someone, but because I think that really shows that we're close enough that we can argue, that we can I think I don't know. Everybody's so happy. I always make everybody laugh, but everything just feels so fake and superficial. There's not a genuine connection, I feel like, where everybody's so happy-go-lucky. Not because we're incredibly close, but because we're still in our early stages of the relationship, where we have boundaries and then we choose not to go and invade those boundaries. We make sure that we are in neutral areas where both of us are comfortable in, which I respect, which I do myself. But you know, I miss having someone that I can genuinely talk to from the heart, because the person I'm closest to is probably Eddie, and he's really chill. He's a really nice guy, but he's not someone that I can talk directly with. And I don't think we'll ever reach that point where we're people that we can actually share kind of our struggles or our deepest kind of vexations, deepest kind of worries and concerns. because our kind of dynamic isn't really about that, right? Both of us are people who try to be kind of goofy, try kind of be non-serious, try to be people who I guess are more lighthearted. So I think it's definitely hard. And because of that, we laugh a lot, right? We laugh a lot. And admittedly, I do have a fun time with him, right? We do hang out a lot, but I don't know. There's something missing, and it feels like that's such a vital part of that thing that is missing is such a vital part of having a genuine community, that it feels like I'm lonely even when I'm with him all day. So even having that group of friends, even having that many people that I'm friends with, that I hang out with every day, it feels like for each and every one of them, it's really just kind of like a facade, or something that we're doing just because our high school friends aren't here, just because we have nothing else better to do, just because we're in a new environment and we need to adapt. Not really because we want to hang out with each other, but because we are kind of the second best option, the third best option. And I feel like that's kind of lonely. The two other people that I hang out with the most are Big M and Big A. They're both females. And while I talk to them a lot, nothing really goes past personal family, personal circumstances, personal hobbies, just things that are very surface level and kind of like the tip of the iceberg. There was one night where, I don't know if you guys remember, but Big A was kind of feeling a bit isolated, where Isaac, Big I, had a crush on her, and then she felt kind of like a threat, because every person on the floor knew that Isaac liked her, including me, including Eddie. So now this could be cynical, but I'm pretty sure this is why. She kind of latched on to me and Eddie as people who are friends with all of the guys, and who she personally was the closest to, and then kind of pulled us to her side, so that in the case of actual genuine conflict with Isaac, in the case of actually leading to conflict, she's not completely isolated from everybody in the house, but because me and Eddie allied with her, there was no real way for her to be isolated, just because we're basically chill with the rest of the guys. So it felt like she was putting like a stake, STAKE, into us just so she can hang on and survive. Which I'll admit, it's cynical. It's cynical to view her actions like that. But at the end of the day, the night that happened, we kind of bonded together with tea. Basically, kind of each one of us discussed a bit more, told everybody it's a group of 4. Me, Eddie, Big M, Big A. Each of us shared a piece of our lore, whether it's biggest fumbles romantically, rejections, or people we've rejected, or just drama and things in general that made our history interesting. We talked a bit about that. So I guess there's a sense of urgency, there's exigency that really pressured her to do that. And I think without that, we never would have been closer. Even with that though, I still feel kind of empty. Don't get me wrong, I know it's only been 2-3 weeks. I know relationships aren't that easy and trust isn't that easy to build. But yeah. I feel lonely. I feel like shiz. I'm failing in my career. I'm suffering socially. I'm struggling to manage my schedule. I feel like I'm slowly bleeding out, and then I don't have enough band-aids to cover myself completely. So I don't know exactly what to do. I think more on a different topic. How has college shaped me so far? I think I've been suffering a lot. No, I don't want to say it like that because that's kind of like a wimp. Kind of taking the easy way out. I think college has kind of exposed me to be not that great of a person. I think it's really showed me that I'm not as nice as I thought. I'm not as good as talking with others as I thought. I'm not as lighthearted. I'm not as chill. I'm not as friendly than I had originally thought. And that has been hurting my confidence, I'll be perfectly honest. It's been kind of hurting who I am and has been kind of reshaping my identity or how I view myself. I think I've really been struggling with finding my place in the community. I think I've really been struggling with what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are. Or not more so my weaknesses, but more so the biggest weaknesses I have. The weaknesses that I should prioritize to try to overcome and work on. But at the same time, I feel like I have it better off than most. I feel like a lot of people are more lonely. A lot of people are dealing with more things. A lot of people are struggling more than I am. People in Africa don't even have food, right? So I should be happy that I at least can go to bed with a full stomach. But I think this is something that really resonated with me. I heard this a long time ago, but time and time again, I come back and rediscover and ponder about this quote. It's that you shouldn't suffer, or no, it's okay to suffer even if others are suffering more, because if not, that would mean people who are enjoying their lives more I forgot. Let me do that one more time. Not feeling like you should suffer because other people are suffering more is like saying you shouldn't enjoy yourself because people are enjoying themselves more. Right? So I think at the end of the day, be kind to yourself. I would say to be more gentler to yourself, to be more open about your weaknesses, to embrace them, but do not ever be negligent about them. Be aware of them and try to improve them, but don't ever have that bring you down. Now, guys, with one last thing, I'd say be kind to yourself, but realize that people often struggle, that people are almost always hurting on the inside. But you can change who the personality that you have, your outlook on life, the optimism that you choose to have. I think a lot of people say that I'm jolly, that I'm optimistic, that I'm such a lighthearted person. But I think I know better than anyone that I feel like shiz. I feel like shiz so much. I low-key feel depressed, but where nowadays I don't go to the gym as a motivation, as a drive to get stronger, to look better, but I go because it makes me feel better. It gives me an outlet that I can kind of express myself, that I can use to release some steam. So I'd say be happier. Alright. See y'all guys. Bro. Freaking just finished recording that video that you guys just saw, and then went back to our dorm, trying to be all jolly. Okay, I'll give you guys a little context because you guys need it, but today I borrowed Adrian's tie I borrowed Adrian's tie for like a headshot, like a professional photo on LinkedIn, and I needed a tie. I don't have one, not at home either. I've never had a tie before, so I just asked if I could borrow it, and he said yeah. Well, he didn't say yes, but he said previously that he would, and I just said, yeah, can I borrow it? And he's like, yeah, return it by 1 p.m., which I did. It's 5 p.m. right now. And I get back. Adrian's in the restroom. First thing I hear is, why did you untie my tie? And then because I was tying it for myself, and I untied it after. Right? I didn't think it was a big deal. And then he says, I can't get it to look good. And then he's in the restroom, mirror right here. He has his phone with a tutorial on the right. I can't get it to look good. And then he repeats again, why did you untie my tie? In a exasperated, pissed voice. And then he's like, can you tie it? Can you tie it to make it look good? No, I can't. I can't, man. I can't. You learned how to do it in 10 minutes. 5 hours ago. I can't make it look good. And he's like, okay, forget it. Forget it, it's fine. And I apologized 3 times. He's like, I'm serious. I know you're serious, man. I've never heard you sound so pissed in your life. And then he leaves. And I leave as well. Eddie's in the restroom. I don't know what he's doing. Bro, I'm so close. I'm so close to losing it, man. I don't know what to do. I feel so lonely. And the person I'm closest with, that I was closest with before, is angry, is pissed, is doing I don't know what. And I already felt that yesterday was really good. He got into a nice club. He posted it on LinkedIn. And then at night, he was really jolly. He was cracking jokes. So I thought everything would have been fine because he has like a moment of relief. But he has a suit again and he's doing some whatever stuff again. I don't know. He doesn't tell us. I don't freaking even see him all day. He leaves at 8 a.m. and he doesn't come back until 5 p.m. Brother's running a 9 to 5. We never eat lunch anymore. We don't go to the gym anymore. I feel like shiz. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Alright, see y'all.